Joseph's story is told in Genesis 30 to 50. He is also mentioned in Hebrews 11:22. His natural self assurance, increased by being Jacob's favorite son and by knowing of God's designs on his life, was unbearable to his 10 older brothers, who eventually conspired against him. But this self assurance, molded by pain and combined with the personal knowledge of God, allowed him to survive and prosper where most would have failed. He added quiet wisdom to his confidence and won the hearts of everyone he met: Potiphar, the prison warden, other prisoners, the Pharaoh, and after many years, even those 10 brothers. Perhaps you can identify with one or more of these hardships Joseph experienced. He was betrayed and deserted by his family, exposed to sexual temptation. He endured a long imprisonment and was forgotten by those he helped. As you read his story, note what Joseph did in each case. His positive response transformed each setback into a step forward. He didn't spend much time asking why. His approach was, "What shall I do now?" Those who met Joseph were aware that wherever he went and whatever he did, God was with him. When you're facing a setback, the beginning of a Joseph like attitude is to acknowledge that God is with you. There is nothing like His presence to shed new light on a dark situation. Strength and accomplishments of Joseph. Number 1, rose in power from slave to ruler of Egypt. Number 2, was known for his personal integrity. Number 3, was a man of spiritual sensitivity. And number 4, prepared a nation to survive famine. Lessons from his life. Number 1, what matters is not so much the events or circumstances of life, but our response to them. Number 2, with God's help, any situation can be used for good, even when others intend it for evil. Keywords: Genesis 41:38. So Pharaoh asked his officials, "Can we find anyone else like this man, so obviously filled with the Spirit of God?" The story took place in Canaan and Egypt, and Joseph's occupation was he was a shepherd, slave, convict, and a ruler. His parents were Jacob and Rachel. Siblings were 11 brothers and 1 sister. Wife Asenath, and sons Manasseh and Ephraim.